and have the right guidance in the right way. Cavalier program has been here since 2008. Me and the rest of the coaching staff, we've been here since 2020. We learned a lot with each other on and off the road, and just how the Cavalier organization family comes together as a team. We get players from all different sides, public school, private school, home school, and what we do, we mentor here more than we do anything. That's what we preach: mentor first, football second. And we've been blessed to get a lot of guys into college this year and last year. My last 3 years, we've been blessed to get a couple of guys into school with the help of my coaching staff. I always tell these guys, and I always pick them up, I got the best coaches in the upstate. I can't brag on these guys enough for what they do and how they help me with this program. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with today's meeting today. I appreciate the parents for coming out. Guys, without you guys' support, we wouldn't be up here today. So we want to continue this growth with the players and along with the coaches and with the media that's here today. Glad you guys have come out and support us as well.
How you doing, Coach?
How you doing?
My name is Tony Norris, aka Coach Parent from MVP Sports Media.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
And we'd like to talk to you guys about, going from being in a league to going independent. So what kind of challenges do you feel your team will face playing independent football?
Well, playing in the independent league, meaning that we make our own schedule, is really up for grabs right now because we can actually go out and grab teams as they come to us. To be honest with you, going into our first independent league, I thought we weren't gonna get number like maybe 3 or 4 games, because that's normally how it is, because with everybody having contracts, 2-year contracts, I didn't think we were gonna get enough games. So that was the most challenging part and what I was worried about, getting enough games. We were blessed enough to have 9 games, potentially 10 games going into our first year as an independent program.
Coach, last year the refereeing, we want to say that was challenging. What do you feel about this particular independent league as far as the refereeing goes? What have you been told about that?
Well, only thing we can do is, I guess, leave reviews up to the committee of the officials. Me personally, I don't like to go in and think that the referees are going to decide the game. I always tell my guys, and even the coaching staff, they always tell them, we're going in, we're already down 3 touchdowns, before the game even kicks off. So that's the mentality that we have going into every game. The referees are not going to see every call, they're not going to make every call. Sometimes we see it and we think they see it, but they don't. I'm not one of those coaches that let my blood pressure to get raised over a call. I'm always telling the guys to move on to the next play. Whether a guy fumbles, whether a guy throws an interception, where a guy misses a tackle, if I'm telling him to move on to the next play, I got to tell my own self that as well.
So, Coach, playing in independent football, the schedule now, you'll be playing more South Carolina teams. You think that's better exposure for your kids than playing, back and forth Tennessee and Georgia? You think the exposure of playing known South Carolina teams will benefit your program?
Yeah, absolutely. We've actually got colleges that are asking for our schedule now because they want to come to a couple of our home games, which I announced to the players and the staff. So playing a lot of South Carolina teams, especially 1A and 2A teams, that's going to give us an argument if we want to move, if we want to make that jump ourselves. We started out in the SCFL, which is like a Christian private league. Last year we were still in the Christian private league. So this year, with us being independent, we're able to branch out and we can play 4A and 5A schools if we want to. But I like to stay on our level. So if we've got maybe a few 1A, 2A football teams on our schedule, then that'll make us look good. If we compete with them or even beat them, that'd be a closing argument for us to move on to the next stage.
Kevin,
Yes, sir.
being a linebacker coach, you got several players that have to play both ways because you don't have the beauty of like a West Side or a Hannah that has 80 players. You don't have that many players, so they're going to have to play 2 roles. How do you work that particular way of trying to keep your players fresh without going through the process?
Keeping up with play count. Make sure you're checking in on your guys as they're going in and out on both sides. They coming in on offense. If I got one on offense right now, I have to make sure I make a plan for making sure that he doesn't have to go back on defense immediately if it's not like a turnover or anything. We're just working on keeping our guys conditioned in practice, especially in practice. conditioning has been a very, very, very important emphasis that we've been having since we started back practicing this offseason.
Coach Carlos, how you doing?
All right, how you doing?
So you being a dual, just like your players, you're small, small knit group, with you being an offensive receiver, coach and a D-back coach, do you feel that that benefits your players knowing to play offense and defense, having to play offense and then turn having to play defense technique wise, is that easier for you to teach as you coaching, or do you think it make it a little difficult? Instead of focusing on one side of the ball?
It's a little bit easier since I have the same guys in both groups. If you play receiver, most of the time they play DB, and I can teach them how to come off the ball at receiver, what to look for coverage wise that the DB's trying to play on, and also as a defensive back, they can take what they learn at receiver and kind of use it on the defensive side of the ball. And they can see alignment, how far out the receiver's lined up, which foot is up, just posture, stuff like that, to make sure that okay, he's got an in route, or maybe he's running an out route. If he's all the way to the sideline, they know he's not running the out route in because sideline right there, and they can kind of play it. And I give my guys a lot of leeway as to what they do on the field, so, and they'll be able to get back to me and question. We can ask questions and get everything answered on the side.
Coach Jerry and Coach Adrian, both of y'all, this year you lost a lot of players that were very talented, and you are bringing back some talented players and added some new ones. Tell us a little bit about the running back room this year, and then what your plan is this year to try to cover for the ones that are now gone.
With the running back room, we're getting more players in. Right now we have at least 3 solid running backs. They rotating in different positions. That way, make sure they stay fresh and don't get burnt out in practice or in games.
So to piggyback off of what Coach Tatum just said, we always preach next man up. So I believe in my coaching staff. If you want to get developed quickly, come to the Cavalier program. This is what we develop at, because there are so many players that when they go into a different program, they don't know how to form tackle as well without getting hurt. They don't know how to form run. So with us having a smaller group, we're able to focus and get one-on-one time even when we're at practice, versus having 62, 63 ball players. We carry maybe we're blessed to have 31 this year. Last year, I think we started out with 38 and then finished with 24. So with the small group that we have and with everybody playing both sides of the ball, that's a plus for us because we're able to get that one-on-one time with the kids so that he actually knows the game before we start playing on Friday night. So we did lose a lot of talent last year, but I got some young talent this year that's up and coming, and they're going to turn some heads this year as well also.
So, this is for either one of your coaches up there. What do you think will be the strong point of your team this year? Will you have a strong O-line, strong D-line, running the ball? What you got?
I'm an offensive-minded guy, so I'm most definitely going to say offense, because defense has been wearing it out for the past 2-3 years. We have and I love the competition that the coaches have at practice. We always compete, and it rubs off on the kids. Even the kids compete at practice now. Carlos, the D-back coach, man, he's had the best group, man, for the past 5 years, to be honest with you. Every year he's having a kid to go to the next level to play ball, and that's something major to put a stamp on his accolade. That's major. But I'm offensive minded. I'm gonna most definitely say that the quarterback room is tight this year, and I love it. Running back room is tight. Offensive line is coming together really, really well. So I don't really see nobody stopping us from putting up points this year with the skill position guys that we got. So I'm gonna most definitely say that our strongest point is gonna be offense this year, because I'm tired of saying defense every year.
Strong point for me, I would say it's going to be this defensive line. We have some major players on the defensive line, and they're all new players except for Tate probably. But that defensive line is gonna be something to watch. So y'all pay attention to those big boys on the defensive line, cause with me being a defensive back coach, I tell my DBs, we nothing without that D-line. D-line don't get pressure, my boys can't pick the ball off and score, so that D-line this year, I love what we have up front. And that's, just like the running backs gone, that defensive line, we got a whole new crew in there, and it's gonna be something special.
Coach, you being the Anderson Cavaliers, how important is it for the town to come out and support these young men? I mean, I know we have other teams that are playing in Anderson County, but how important is it for Anderson County to embrace the Cavaliers?
The name speaks for itself. We're the only team in Anderson County that has Anderson in its name. So that's why Anderson University. Why not support somebody who's actually representing the county? So we got merchandise. Anything with Anderson Cavaliers on it, we're representing the whole Anderson Cavaliers. Westside and Hannah have it split, but Anderson Cavaliers are right in the middle. So why not come out and support a team that's representing Anderson the right way? We do community service. We fellowship with these guys. We get them going down the right path, because if you believe it or not, some of the guys that come to the Cavalier program wandered off, left. And before they left our program and graduated, we had them on a straight track. And some of them were actually able to go to college, and some of them are even successful business owners now. Some of them are amazing fathers. So that's a win for us. And I don't down talk any program, but I don't know nobody else is doing it better than us right now. And you know, it speaks for itself. We have people talking about us all the time. I have parents that I coached their son maybe like 5-6 years ago. To this day, they see me in the grocery store, they always come up to me and tell me what an amazing job we have did with their kid. So that's the win for us. So why not come out and support the Cavaliers, because we do more than just football here.
So, this question is for, Walt. So how you doing, Walt?
I'm doing pretty good.
So my question is, coming from a 4A program in South Carolina, coming off, 2 successful seasons, you come to the Cavs and they're depending on you for leadership. Do you feel like you're ready to take the step and take this group to that championship pedigree that you got in yourself?
Yes, sir. I think that we will have a pretty good, decent season going. I think that we will win a couple games. I said we're gonna lose some. I mean, it always happens. I think with the players that I have sitting next to me, I can trust them and play football with them. And I like throwing the ball to them, and they can go get it when I throw it out there. And when I need them to catch it, they catch it. They catch the difficult ball. We have a great running back. He's fast and strong. And I like it. I think that we're gonna have a pretty good season this year.
Say, we just heard your name brought up. We do know about your playing skills. How are you going to go into this year? What kind of mindset are you going to have have that kind of championship year for your team?
A winning mindset. A winning mindset. Just really, you just gotta have a great attitude. If you don't have a good attitude, then that falls off on your teammates. Then a lot of commotion. So yeah.
This is for, DeMaje, aka Big Hooper. How you doing, Big Hooper?
Hey.
So, Big Hooper, you coming from a 5A program coming in, do you feel that the competition level in the league the teams you'll be playing against will be, I'm not gonna say the same because we're talking about 5A football instead of South Carolina, but do you feel that the competition level will prepare you for the next level, college ball?
I mean, like, it's gonna be other players that want it as bad as me, so as long as I can compete, like, I feel like I'm gonna have people that wanna get to the next level, so they gonna wanna compete with me, which I'm looking for that. So, in this case, I think I would be ready for the next level with this competition.
Pedro, We all know that games are won or lost in the trenches. What's going to be your mindset this year? What is your ultimate goals for the team this year?
My mindset coming to this year is hard work, great effort, 100%. You know, as us as a team, we come together, lose some, win some, still a team. And for us, I think all we gotta do is have a great chemistry and have great skills together. And I feel like we'd be good, and we can have a couple games and go.
Man, I'm gonna mess your name up, man. I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now. Is it Canais Jones? See, I got it right. How you doing, Mr. Canais Jones?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing all right. So, I see that you play receiver and outside linebacker, which is a crazy combination for, that tells you the size and the speed that you got. So, do you prefer offense or defense when you play football? Do you like to score touchdowns or you like to hit people?
I like school tennis. I like to play offense.
Good deal.
Landon. I got you down as an athlete. Piggybacking off what he was saying, what is your best position that you are looking forward to helping this team out this year?
Probably slot receiver. Slot receiver and corner.
What skills do you bring to that position?
Speed, good mentality, and discipline.
Ashton. How you doing, Ashton?
I'm doing good.
So I see that you're a freshman and you play line. Do you think that, number one, I love the big boys. And you can ask Dick Hoover, I've been knowing him for a long time. So do you think playing defensive line on the varsity level as a freshman, what kind of challenges do you see coming, this season?
There's a lot of older people, bigger people, stronger. So I'm just trying to beat them, be the best, improve on myself so I can get past that level. Because there's obviously gonna be people who are like doing this longer than me, who already have like goals set for like college and stuff. So I just need to get there.
Do you have a goal to go to college?
I do.
Good deal.
Walt. This year, you're going to be coming into a new team, basically pretty much a new offensive line. What is going to be your goals as the quarterback to make sure you lead this team down the field and score those touchdowns and not have it going backwards?
Well, in my opinion, I had a great sophomore year, and I want to be better than I was my sophomore year with me being able to trust my line and having receivers that can catch the ball. I think that we can get these short little complete passes, 5 yards, 2 yards, that get me across the chains and get the chains moving down the field. And with the guys that I've been working with lately, I think that we're going to do pretty good moving the ball. I think if we can just calm down and not get in our heads as much as we did a couple years ago, I think that we're going to be pretty good on completing the ball, not talking and chattering with other opposite teams, not letting people get in our heads. I think that we can complete the ball, get down the field, move the chains, and score some touchdowns. So.
Demarion. Did I say that right? Demarion. Close enough. So I see that you are a receiver and a D-back. So that means you hang with Coach Carlos a lot.
Yes, sir.
Right? Now, do you feel that playing D-back is harder or playing receiver is harder? I see you got like 9 picks over here, so I see you got hands.
Definitely harder.
Huh? DB?
It's definitely harder. I've only been playing DB for a few years now, so just getting the technique and the forms down and stuff, it's just been difficult, but it's definitely harder than receiver.
Well, which one do you prefer?
Probably receiver, but I like the physical side of playing corner. Like, I want to go down and I want to hit somebody, and that's what I like to do.
Get D-back, man.
Tay. last year the team was known for a lot of attitude, but sometimes the attitude wasn't what we needed. How is this year going to be different with you as a leader on the team, showing them, hey, this is what we need to do, this is how we got to do it in order to get to that next level?
Discipline. We gotta have a lot of discipline. Well, we got a lot more discipline than last year though, but we just gotta have discipline. But I was a big problem last year, the talking, the mouthing, but I done changed my attitude. So I feel like my attitude was good enough to be around them, to be around my teammates and, yeah.
But we know you got the skill. Because you destroyed a lot of teams last year by yourself. So I'm looking forward to seeing you this year doing the same thing.
This question is for Landon. So Landon, you're another one I see you spend a lot of time with Coach Carlos.
Yes, sir.
So what scheme, I ain't asking you for plays, but do you understand the schemes that you guys are running? What schemes do you guys run in the back? Like, are you a man team? Do you prefer man? Do you prefer, zone? Or you bump and run? I know, knowing Coach Carlos, I know what his answer is, but I'm coming to you to see if he rubbed off on you the right way.
Me personally, I prefer man.
Press man, so that's where you make your money in college, right? So you gotta be able to play man, you gotta be able to come down and hit, right? So do you see yourself going to college to play football?
Yes, sir.
What do you plan on majoring in? Because football, student athlete, the goal is to get you to school so your parents can save $250,000 while you get this education.
I want to major in sports and medicine.
Okay. Good deal.
Coach, you've heard your players, and now it's time to hear what your thoughts are going into this season. I know it's still early. We still got a lot of practices to go. What is your mindset right now, hearing these guys telling us what their goals are, how discipline is going to be the main focus this year compared to what happened last year? Tell me your thoughts on that.
Well, we definitely got discipline this year. We preached it from day one coming in. We got a great group of guys that pay attention, they show up, they get the job done. Only thing they want to do is play football, and you can't ask for more than that. Getting these guys prepared is going to be easy, just for the simple fact that they're paying attention. We don't have to repeat ourselves. Practice is going by with a breeze. The offensive scheme is running well. The defensive scheme is running well. So when you got kids like that to pay attention, and you don't have to spend an hour on one play, that makes it a lot better in the coach's eyes. So going down the stretch, I think we're going to be fantastic this year. Like, you will want to come out and watch the Cavalier team that we have this year. We got a great group of guys that are fast, mean when they need to be, but they play with the pads. There is none of that mouthing this year. They just play with the pads. And we've been trying to get that to be the Cavalier culture for years now. And we finally got it. Like me and the coaches, we always talk on the phone all the time about great players that we have. And we actually set goals ourselves for the guys, and we want them to achieve those personal goals. I always tell the guys, set a personal goal with your position coach and see if you can fulfill that before the season is over with. So that kind of challenges us in a good way to let us know that we're developing you the right way for you to achieve that goal. And even if you don't come close to achieving that goal, then we got some more work to do.
This is for Pedro. How you doing, Pedro?
How about yourself?
So I see you a senior at T.L. Hanna High School, right? So do you have any college aspirations to play football, or you just want to go to school, or, what are your plans for the future?
Well, I want to go to school for college football. I want to get my major. Right now, I'm majoring in electric engineering, so eventually I want to get my degree. But at the same time, I want to play football. You know, got a love for the game, so I want to keep playing and playing until I get my point.
Good deal.
Coach, you just got here. We was wanting to get your thoughts on the upcoming season, as far as your defense is going.
I think we're gonna be pretty good this year. I think we're gonna be pretty good this year, especially up front. You know, with the D line we have, with the size, I think we'll be very physical up front. The linebackers, I think they come along very, very well for the beginning of the season. A lot of young guys in that position, but I believe as the course of time passes, I think they'll get better.
Well, Coach, passing the mic back. Coach, since you just got here. So Coach, what defensive scheme you guys running this year?
We run a kind of a multiple defense, so we run a 4-2-5, a little bit in passing situations, and then we also run a little bit of a 4-4, and a 4-3 a little bit here and there. Like I said, with our skill set, I think we'll be fine with running a multiple, because we have guys that can kind of flip flop from different positions. One might be able to play stand up into an outside linebacker, so I think that's the best fit for us as a team aspect of our defense, is a multiple defense.
Okay, are you a bend don't break, or you gonna come get you?
Well, we're gonna try to do a little bit of both. I wanna go get you on third down, but I don't wanna give up big run plays on first and second down, you know. Keep them short, you know, long distance on third down. You know, if we can keep them to a low running game minimum, I think we turn them into one dimensional. I think we can come out, you know, victorious on the defense side of the ball.
Coach, before you got here, we was asked the question, you know, who's going to have the best offense or defense? And of course, the defense is outnumbered at the table right now, so we wanted to get your thoughts on it, because the defense did, you know, keep everybody in the game last year a lot of times.
I think it's gonna do both good for both sides of the football. As long as we get out after it at practice and really, you know, challenge each other, I think we'll be, you know, should be even, I would say, you know, as long as everybody working.
So this is for Walt.
Yes, sir.
So Walt, being as you're a senior and you leading this squad, what would you say to the fans to get them to come watch the Cavaliers play football?
Well, I think, in my opinion, that just Christianity, I see a lot of it at practice. I see a lot of guys not cussing anymore. I mean, able to keep our attitudes together. We're able to talk to our teammates, challenge each other. I think that we would have a good group of kids if y'all just come out and watch us. I think that y'all would enjoy watching Cavaliers football. I know Westside and Teal-Hanna, y'all like watching them. They're good. I do agree with that, but I think Cavaliers is interesting. I would enjoy to see y'all come watch us and see us play, including colleges. I think that you could have a really good group of kids come to y'all's colleges if y'all just come watch us. That's all I think.
This question's for each player, so if you can just pass it down as you go. What coach is the jokester on the team?
I have to go with Coach B on that one.
Coach,
I say Coach B.
I say Coach B. Say Coach Adrian.
everybody else said Coach B, so I'm gonna say Coach B too. Carlos.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been with Coach Carlos since. That's just always been my guy.
Ain't nobody else like this.
So, this is for Coach Kevin. Coach Kevin, so They say Coach B is the jokester, Coach Carlos is the jokester. I didn't hear Coach Adrian. I heard everybody name except Coach Kevin. So, are you the
Absolutely. Without a doubt.
So-
I come to practice with the mentality of let's work. It's all about putting the work in. I like to win. And that comes from working.
Yeah.
Coach, before we go, wanted to ask you one final question. This year's Cavalier team has a lot going on, new league, new players, like everybody else, except for, like I said, you got a new league. You're not jumping, against the same teams every year. What is your hopes for this team? What is your aspirations for it? Where do you see this team at the end of the year?
At the end of the year, I see us together. We've been down so many roads with so many different teams. Like I said, I've been here myself for like 5 years. This is my 3rd year as head coach. And we've never really finished the season together. So I think that that's the most important thing that we need to be focusing on this season, because togetherness is gonna help us win games. So there's always a kid that is not with the program. So, and I never cut a player in my life. Never cut a player. A player always gets rid of themselves. I've never cut a player, never. So togetherness is the key for us. I think that if we stay together and we have the support of the fans, the support of the city, these guys, they want to put on a show. They want to put on a show. They got all the attitude in the world, but it's the right kind of attitude this year that you want to come see. So my personal goal this year is togetherness, staying together throughout the whole season. Are we going to get into some dog fights? Yeah. Are we going to finish those dog fights? Heck yeah, we're going to finish them. So just staying together and being together is my personal goal, not just for myself, but for the whole team and for the staff as well.
We'd like to thank you guys for your time.
So, first game, we got a scrimmage game, Monday against, McCormick and, Blue Ridge. That's gonna be August the 11th. August the 15th, that following Friday, we go down to Chapin, High School, and we're gonna be, having our jamboree against Mid Valley. And then August 29th, man, is our opener against, Orangeburg Woods. So, these guys got a lot to prove. They got a lot to prove. Practicing is where you can make mistakes because we can coach you at practice. In the game, we don't have time for coaching. The only thing we can do is make adjustments during the game. Because like I say, this is fast paced. And most of these guys, they know it. We run our practices similar to how colleges run their practices. So these guys, it's nothing to them when they go to the next level. And I always preach to them and tell them, I know some college coaches right now that I talk to on a regular basis who practice at 6 o'clock in the morning on purpose. And the reason why they do this is because if you can get up out of your bed at 4:30 in the morning and get ready and then show up at practice, not at 6 o'clock, be there at 5:30, then that's somebody that you're gonna go to war with on Saturday. So these guys right here, they come to practice. We practice what, guys? 3-4 days in the rain, pouring down rain, and no lightning, but it's been raining, and those guys were out there gritting it. They were getting it done. So if they can do that and form that chemistry together, nobody's gonna beat us, because they know we got more to lose than everybody else. We don't have that prestige like the rest of the schools around us. We got to get down and get it. So for these guys to make it out of the Cavaliers and go to a 4-year college, that's awesome.
So Coach, where can the public find you on socials?
So social media, I'm big on Twitter. I'm big on Twitter. The Cavalier organization is big on Twitter. Everybody up there has a Twitter page, and I make sure that everybody gets tagged in it. Because if a college coach, if they want to get in contact with you, if they don't have your personal number, anything like that, which they will, because my staff and myself, we make prospect sheets for every single last one of our players. So if you're playing for the Cavaliers, you're gonna have a prospect sheet. For those parents and fans who don't know what a prospect sheet is, A prospect sheet has all the information on it, from your class to your position, to your email, your phone number, 40 time, it has all that on it. And that's what, when the college coach gets in contact with me, they ask for that. Now, when they ask for that, the first thing that they go look at, they don't look at your height, size, and all of that, they look at the GPA to make sure that you can get into their program first. So, if you can get into their program first, they already got the academic part out of the way. Now they're gonna look at your attributes, your size, your 40 time, and all of that stuff. So, we preach grades to these guys every single day. So, parents, you're not the only ones that's getting onto your kids' grades. We preach grades every single day. I tell these guys that if you don't work hard in the classroom, you're not gonna be a performer on my field, because why are you here? You know, we had everybody raise their hand that wanted to go play, college ball. Every single last one of them players raised their hand. But Coach Norris, Coach Rice, Coach, Washington, we can't take tests for you. Coach Hart can't write any papers. Coach Tatum can't do homework. So only thing we can do is get you prepared in the physical form. The brains is on them. We didn't did our time in high school and college. We didn't did that. So we know exactly what it takes to get there, and we know exactly what it takes to stay there. What people fail to understand is, at the end of every semester, if you're on a college football team, everybody has an end of the year meeting with your position coach and your head coach. And that meeting is to ensure that whether they want you to come back or not. Because if you're not performing, or if you're not performing in the classroom, they're not gonna want you to come back. So you lost that part. So now, versus you having that $120,000 scholarship and you going to school for free, now it may have turned into a partial scholarship, and now mom and dad got to come out of their pockets a little bit. So mom may still love you, or daddy want to wring your neck, because now he got to work harder, because now he got to pay your tuition when you were getting it for free. So at the end of the day, guys, I love free. Right now, the Cavalier organization, we have contacts from schools in Texas all the way to Louisiana, Nevada, California. Now, do I want to send your kid that far? No, I don't. I was lucky enough to have my son go right to Clemson for 4 years. He graduated, and now he's on his way back to Clemson to get his master's. So he's going back for 2 years. I was lucky. I was one of those guys that my son could have went to Texas. Now, his mama may have had a cow because he went to Texas, but I would have been fine with it. You know, dads, we just like that. We know he's gonna be fine. You know, but if it's free, why not entertain it? If somebody's willing to give your kid a $120,000 scholarship to come to that school and play ball, whether it's in Texas, whether it's in Vegas, whether it's in Atlanta, it could be anywhere. Why not entertain it? First off, look at what your kid wants to major in, and then look at the percentage of that graduation percentage that school graduates in. That's the main thing to look at first. So a lot of people don't think about that, but I also do seminars on recruiting courses. Like when your kid goes from high school to getting recruited and to getting chased by schools. So every single last guy you see up here right now, except for Ashton, because he's the newcomer freshman guy, all of these guys are being looked at by colleges right now. Most of these guys up here already got game day visits. So they're on the right track. Only thing they gotta do is do exactly what they're supposed to do in the classroom, and it'll fall into their hands. By February the 2nd on signing day, these guys will be making a decision. My seniors will be making a decision come February the 1st on where they want to spend the next 3 to 4 years. My juniors, if they want to, they'll be able to make a decision. They don't have to wait till their senior year to make a decision. If you go somewhere and it feels like home to you, make that home. Make it home. I'm not saying that your college coaches are gonna be like the brilliant crew I got right here, but just be prepared for it, guys. High school and college is a major step. It's the major step. If you can't survive a Cavalier practice, you don't need to go on to college. Because what we do is Skittles compared to what you're gonna be doing in college. It's really nothing. You know, because you gotta understand, you're gonna have to balance essays, quizzes, writing papers, going to mat drills. Your position coach wants a meeting with you every morning at 8 o'clock. You're gonna have to juggle all of those things. One thing you don't understand is when you're playing football at any level, whether it can be JUCO, NAIA, Division II, it doesn't matter. You're gonna have to go to school to get your grades. You're gonna have to. That's first and foremost. And if you don't perform, you're gonna be at the crib university. We always say that. So either do things the right way, take that money and do exactly what you're supposed to do with it, or lose that money, and then be back at home working. Somebody that wanted that position or wanted to be at that school didn't go because you were highly recruited to go there. You messed it up, so now this kid has to work his way up to get there when you had it thrown in your lap. So that's one thing to think about, man. We preach everything here. One thing about your kid, they're gonna be developed and they're gonna be taught the right way when they play for the Cavaliers. That's first and foremost. So I'll end it on that note. If anybody else got anything they wanna say. Hayden Johnson is another one of our athlete seniors. Great guy, great athlete, man. Fiery, and I like it. Sometimes I gotta calm him down, but he's gonna make some major noise this year. Major noise this year. I think this is Hayden's second, third year with us, and his game speaks for itself. It does. I mean, I can't. Just getting the ball in his hands or just seeing number 5 out there on that field says something. It says something. He's a primetime player. Just a great group of guys that we have. Can't say it enough. Coached by the best. I can't say it enough.
Coach, that's all I got.